It doesn't belong to the people that you think that it belongs to. No, it doesn't belong to the Nuer that you think it belongs to the Nuer. Because if SPLA-IO belongs to the Nuer, then this child will not come out and tell people that he is a SPLM-IO. So this is a very big message to kids, to elderly people. This child, he's not a Nuer. This child is a Dinka. You could even hear them talking in Dinka. The child is a Dinka. And this guy came and said, my son is an SPLA-IO supporter. So how do you now help in a situation like this? So it's a reminder that it's your choice. You can choose which party to support. So when it's come to party, there's no connection with tribalism. I can support SPLA-IO, and with that, after that, what will happen? I will still have my parents. I will still go back to my community. So we have a problem of we don't understand the difference between parties, communities, and tribes. We have to differentiate these things. And this is what I said before. Some few weeks ago, I told you people, we have to start differentiating between communities, tribes, and political parties. So a political party, a wife can belong to this other political party, a husband can belong to the other political party, but they're still husband and wife. But South Sudanese, we have not yet reached to that level because we don't know. So that is something that is very, very important, that this video gives a lot of information. Another thing is I want to talk to, let God protect that child, yeah? Let God protect that child. I want to read a message, a story I shared earlier. And this story is very funny, actually. But it's a true story. And it's very important that we learn this story because it has a very important message to the people of South Sudan and to the people of the world and to the people of Africa. But before I say this, I will send this message to the musicians of South Sudan. Whether you're in South Sudan or whether you're in another country. The time of singing songs for love, to praise the women, right? To praise us, it's enough. We don't want more love songs. This is time to advocate because we have different type of advocacy. We have different type of activists. We have activists that advocate through the songs, which now happen to be the musicians. So you advocate through the songs. And that's why you remember many years ago, we have Gordon Kong, he came and sing about HIV, like HIV is a bad disease, and he even sing in Nuer language that HIV, it can get you through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is what every musician now need to do. Ebola is coming. So we need now for you to sing about the challenges that comes with Ebola and what are the symptoms for people to know that if I have these symptoms, then I have Ebola. And another thing is we now need songs for advocating for this government to change the regime. So it's your duty also to come and give us songs. You also see the comedians are doing their part. The comedians are working so hard. They are doing their part. And that's why you see now the comedy is moving from the jokes that they used to do to reality, whereby now they are acting drama, comedy that actually show the reality things that are happening in the ground. And I give credit actually to Rinko and his team. You are really doing a very good job, and thank you for what you are doing because you are sending a very important message to the people of South Sudan. And continue doing that. This is very, very important. So, my dear, thank you so much for now doing all this comedy that are helping the people of South Sudan. Because we can be laughing seeing you doing this, but actually the message, the more we laugh, the more we understand the message. So thank you so much to the comedian team who are doing all this advocacy. And there's nothing that now can harm. We just need to check the language. How do we make sure that at least we use a language that everybody understands? And also to the celebrities of South Sudan. the celebrities, you have to do what? You have to now work from, you need to move now from the level of competing within South Sudan to the level of competing in East Africa, the level of competing in West Africa, and the level now in competing in Africa. So you have to also not only see South Sudan, don't see South Sudan alone, because South Sudan, we will not go anywhere. And anytime you sing songs in your language, your mother tongue, or maybe you advocate in your mother tongue, or whatever you do in your mother tongue, it's going nowhere. It's remained there. And that's why we have great musicians, but because they sing in their local language, who else will understand? People have to struggle that, oh, what is he saying? What is she saying? This will become stress. So it's high time now. You also need to carry our flag to East African community, carry our flag to the world. Carry our flag to Africa, carry our flag to Asia, carry our flag everywhere, because you also have a value. You also need to work hard. A lot of musicians are becoming rich also, and they are bringing resources back to invest in the country. So the celebrities of South Sudan, you need to know that you also have a responsibility to work so hard and bring resources back to the country through all those activities that you do. So it's your responsibility to make sure that South Sudan flag is also flying on the air. So this is very important. It's not just about you in Juba. No, Juba is not the world. Juba is not Africa. Juba is not East Africa. Juba is Juba. So you need to be out. If you don't know English, study English. The language that at least exposed everybody. It's very important for you to be able, and also be, when you want to talk to people as a celebrity, your clothing means a lot. How you dress, how your perfumes and everything. The kind of clothes that you put have to look like a cloth of celebrity, because it's not just about singing a song. Your clothes also is contributing to a lot. Your hairstyle, everything as a celebrity. Celebrity is somebody that needs to be attractive, right? As a celebrity, you need to be attractive. You need to attract people, because now the only way for you to succeed is people to like you, how you dress. Some people will come and say, I like the shoes. Like when you remember when Wing Boy came up with this new style of his shoes. So these shoes, so everyone was like, wow, I want the shoes I want to buy the shoes of Wing Boy. This alone, what does it show us? It's your swag. That's what now makes you a celebrity. That you're somebody that, yeah, you have the latest things. See the celebrities all over the world. You will see them having good cars, and like they brag around. But to you people, you are bragging within Juba. No, it doesn't work like that. We were seeing John Frog was coming up very well. We were seeing Lul Simon coming up very well. But the biggest problem is South Sudanese celebrities always go down. We had somebody like Single D. Single D was coming out so well. Where is Single D again? Lady Kola was coming out so well. Where is Lady Kola again? So we have to make sure that the celebrity system have to go up. And we need a union, a serious union that actually will be serious and will hold our celebrities accountable. Because of our celebrities, our country also will be known and respected all over the world. But if they don't know our celebrities in East Africa, then the East Africa will always think that we are just what the drama they're seeing. Because the only thing that South Sudan is known for is the way our president is always representing us outside. And you know, he never represents us well. It will always a shame when he's representing us. So this is something that it's also very important that our celebrities are well protected. And in future, when we have a good government, there are going to be resources. There are going to be capital that will be located to celebrity sector. So we are going to have millions that we are going to invest in our celebrities. So we are checking who is a celebrity, who can be given funds and who cannot be given funds. So as a celebrity, don't think you are just singing there. We are seeing you. Don't see you are just creating content. We are all seeing who is doing well in the country and who need what. So if you need good coaching, then from there we will spend money. When the time comes, when we have a good government, money is going to be spent on you so that you make sure that you excel in making the country smile and making us South Sudanese be proud of you. And I will not forget to say thanks to all our South Sudanese all over the world that are representing us in different basketball team, in different modeling agencies, because we have our South Sudanese all over the world doing modeling. And this is something that South Sudan actually is known for. So our modeling team, our celebrities who are modelers all over the world, salute to you and thank you so much for carrying the flag of South Sudan so high. Even if things are not okay, but you're also carrying, because when they see you and they say you're from South Sudan, then you make our country fly high. So these are things that are very important. I will not finish with a story. And this is a story that is so interesting. I will read slowly because other people, I shared it on Facebook earlier. It have already, it have 8,600 views already, and it have 118 likes, and it have 41 comments and 15 shares. So let me share it with you. It says, they say fear makes even strong men silent. But one day in Uganda, silence almost changed history. So the story goes that Idi Amin once woke up with one of those big ideas that only dictators have at 3 a.m. Because there's nobody that will think of this idea at 3 a.m. Only dictators. And in South Sudan, we're having those dictators. He called an emergency cabinet meeting. No agenda, no warning, just vibes and danger. When all the ministers arrives, sweating and confused, because anytime you're called by President Idi Amin, you have to come, because anytime you might either go back or not go back to your family. So he was feared by his ministers. So they all arrived sweating and confused. Amin stood up and said with full confidence, "Gentlemen, I have decided from today, Uganda will change its name to Idi." Everybody was silent in the room. Not the normal silence. The kind of silence where even your heartbeat asks for permission to beat. Once minister clapped first, another one clapped louder. Soon the whole room was clapping like they had just had the best idea in human history. One said, "Brilliant, Your Excellency." Another said, "Visionary leadership." One event said, "Sir, this will confuse our enemies." This one even made it even more. It was even convincing President Idi even more that this idea actually will even confuse our enemies. And then, but in the corner sat Waliamungu. Waliamungu, quite serious, thinking about his children's future. So all these ministers didn't care about their families because they were afraid. But Waliamungu was sitting in the corner, very quiet, thinking about the future of his children and the next generation of Uganda. Amin noticed him. "You, why are you not clapping? Do you disagree with me?" The whole room frozen. One man even started trying his will. He started writing his will in his head. Waliamungu stood up slowly and said, "Your Excellency, before we change the name, may I ask one question?" Amin narrowed his eyes. "Speak." "Sir, do you know a country called Cyprus?" The ministers look at each other like this man is finished. Amin said, "Of course I know Cyprus. What does that have to do with my great idea?" Waliamungu cleared his throat. "Sir, the people of Cyprus are called Cypriots." Amin nodded yes. Then Waliamungu said, "So if Uganda become Idi, we Ugandans will be called idiots." Dead silent in the room. One minister fainted inside but stayed standing. This is just a game that is just put there. So one minister fainted inside but stayed standing. Amin stared at him for a long time. Long enough for everyone to start planning their escape routes. Then suddenly Amin burst out laughing. He pointed at Waliamungu and said, "You and I are the only intelligent men in this cabinet. The country shall remain Uganda." The minister started clapping again. But this time, it was real loud. It was real clapping. Not like the clapping of they were afraid, but this time, they were really clapping. And that is how one brave man saved a whole nation from being called something they did not sign up for. Moral of the story. What do I want you to take out of this story? Fear keeps evil's ideas alive. The old ministers that were in this cabinet, sitting in this room, they all knew that it is not good to call a country by one man's name. And if Waliamungu was not there, they would have called Uganda Idi. And today, we will call Ugandans idiots. But now, Waliamungu, this one man, saved the whole Uganda from changing its name. So an act of one man changed the whole problems to become, and they all fear because they thought he was going to die. But in reality, he actually saved, and he became the most intelligent after the president, according to the president's statement. Courage kills them, right? Courage kills them. The silence of good people allow foolishness to grow. But one voice at the right time can change history. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is simply to speak. And this story came at a very good time. There's a lot that is happening in our country right now, our South Sudanese. Tribalism is everywhere in the corner. There's mourning in every corner of the country. We have buried a lot of our people in every corner of South Sudan. If we had Waliamungu in South Sudan, if we had Waliamungu in SPLA IG, they will have stopped President Salva from hiring helicopters in Uganda using millions to go and kill the citizen of South Sudan. But because all the ministers, all the leaders that are together with President Kiir, there is no Waliamungu in the government of Salva Kiir. There is no Waliamungu in the General Council of Elders. There's no Waliamungu in the advisors of President Salva. Then Salva Kiir give up orders. Give them to the Minister of Defense, and now, no objection, they go and kill the innocent people of South Sudan. So we have to work so hard to be the Waliamungu ourselves. We have to be our Waliamungu ourselves to make sure we save ourselves from all this shame. Because we are allowing a lot of foolish ideas to be carried out in destroying South Sudan when we are all keeping quiet. So today, be the Waliamungu of South Sudan, because that is the most historical message or the story we have read today. And the last message, just like I told you earlier, it says, the last one says that you have to avoid supporting the majority people, because the majority never give actually reality. So be Waliamungu of South Sudan today and save President Salva. Because it's the silence of good people allows foolishness to grow. So when the wise people, when the intelligent people, when the people that know the truth keep quiet, then they allow foolish ideas to be operated or to be encouraged in the country. But one voice at the right time can change the history. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is just speak up. It doesn't need a lot of things. Speak up. Be the voice of South Sudanese. Let our smartphones continue to take those pictures when we are being harmed. Let them continue to take those videos when we are being harmed. Because the government is already afraid of social media. The government is already even afraid with smartphones. For them to start to come out and start making noise about it. The SSPDF spokesperson is talking about it. And the Minister of Information is also talking about it. That means we, the social media team, are doing so well. And we continue now even more. And the people in the ground, you are our eyes. So this is how it works. You take the pictures, you take the videos, and then you forward them to us. And then we put it to social media. Because without freedom of expression, the government will not, we cannot be able to help ourselves. Because they cannot say that there's freedom of expression and we have all seen it. There's no freedom of expression. There is dictatorship government. The government we're having is a dictatorship government. And we have all to work so hard to make sure that we survive. And remember, I told you people that whoever will survive when Salva Kiir government is down deserve a survival certificate. And the certificate is ready. It just needs the signature and the date that this thing ends. So that is when we are going to receive those certificates of survival. Because surviving in government, Salva Kiir government, is not easy. Many people are finished. So, and lastly, to the international community, thank you for continuing to push the government of South Sudan. Don't give up. Because we, the citizens of South Sudan, we are the ones suffering. We are the ones that our resources are being looted. We are the ones that are vulnerable. No food, no water, no medicine. Like now, Ebola is coming. And we don't have even mere equipment for testings. Because America took their own. So, because of the behaviors of the government of South Sudan. So we are very vulnerable. We don't have even testing